And finally,
Okay, so we are going over today's stuff for week 2. Yeah, you need to finish that. All that needs to be done. Okay.
for the weekend.
On the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, Friday. Week 2, Wednesday, quarter 4, math 7. It's on triangles and it's the 7th assignment. This is really old crap that nobody should ever be using.
No, I bent it. I did it for
Ugh, I can't believe she's using this garbage. It's Glencoe geometry. Like, we don't ever use it. Shit.
Week2.
It's a company that we used 20 years ago.
Is it in business?
I don't know, but this is garbage. Seriously, garbage. Okay, question number 1. Jamila has 5, 6 length, 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. Using 3, 6 at a time as the side of a triangle, how many triangles can she make? Well, did you even try it? Did you even try it? One triangle, but probably 2, 4, and 6, correct?
Yeah.
Well, what is the triangle theorem?
Um, okay, so
A triangle with sides, the sum of the triangle length of any two sides must be greater than the length of the third side, right?
the sum of the two lengths must be
Right. So 2, 4, 6 cannot work because 2 plus 4 is not bigger than 6. But you could do 2, 4, and 8. That's one, correct? 2, 4, and 10. That's another one, right? We could do 2, 6, and 10. Because 2 plus, or no, actually, no, that has to be bigger than that. Just kidding. It can't be 8. 2, actually, is 6, so it can't be that. So 2, 6 is 8. 2, 8 is 10. Yeah, so that's all you could use for 2s.
Wait, why did
Then,
you 6
what do you mean? 2, 4, and 6?
No, like just 2 and 6.
2 and 6. What's the third side going to be?
Oh,
2 plus 6 is 8. Can't be 8 because that's bigger than 8. 2 plus 6 is 8. 8 is not bigger than 10. So that's all the ones you can use for 2s. How many ways are there so far? 2, correct?
yeah.
So let's use 4. So next we use 4. If I use 4, 6, I could do 8 because 4 plus 6 is bigger than 8. What else? Can I use 4, 8, and 10?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's another one. So this is with all 4s, correct? Any other combination there? Let's try 6s. What's your combination with 6?
Okay, so combination is 6 and 4.
6 plus 4, 6, 4 is 10. You have to be bigger than 10. Yeah. How many ways are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it's supposed to be 5 ways.
Okay.
But just to make sure, let's go ahead and ask. Um, what are the length of the 6?
Uh,
What is it? What is it? 2,
2, 4, 6, 8,
4,
and 10.
6, 8, and 10. How many different triangles can I make? Oh, cool. I think it's just 5. 3. Well, you could do 2. Oh, we can't do. Oh my gosh, hold on a second. I think it's only 3. Well, hold on. No, 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 no. Yeah, you can't do 2, 4, 8 because 2 plus 4 is not going to be 6, correct? But I could do, and I can't do 2 and 8 because 2 and 8 is 10. So it's only three. Sorry, it's only three ways. Yeah, I don't know why I did that. That was kind of stupid. You understand the mistake I made?
Yeah,
Yeah.
2 plus 4.
It's not bigger. That has to be bigger than the third one, correct? So three ways. So make sure you include these three ways here. Here. Use a figure out the right exercise 2 and 3. To get to the nearest marker, Tanya must walk over a railroad. There are two places where she can cross track, point A and point B. Which path is longer?
We don't have to do that question. We only do the odd number question.
Okay, but for this one, you do know path B is longer, right? Because from A, it's straight. Do you see that?
Yeah.
With B, it's this side plus this side. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Okay. So you could do that at school. Okay, and then number 3. While walking out, out walking, you read it.
While walking out one day, Tanya finds a third place across the railroad tracks. Show the path through point C is longer than the path through point B.
Well, yeah, it's further because it's further away. From Tanya home to C, you could say like this, path Tanya's home to point C is greater from Tanya's home to point B. And you could do the same thing from point B to the supermarket. Point C to supermarket is greater from point C to supermarket. Do you see that? Tanya's home to point C is bigger than Tanya home to point B. Do you see that?
Mm-hmm.
And then point C to the supermarket, which is going to be from here to the supermarket, is still bigger than point C or point B to the supermarket. So therefore, Tanya's home to point C from C to the supermarket is greater than Tanya's from home to B, B to the supermarket. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So you just have to rewrite it that way. Okay. So you go ahead and do that later. Let's move on to the next one. Are we doing just odds? Okay. Read number 5, please.
The figure shows an equilateral triangle.
So first thing you want to do, you want to draw the little tick marks. And point P is outside. This is so stupid because she hasn't even given you a protractor. So how the fuck does she want you to do that? Did she ever even explain how to use a protractor with you guys? Of course not. Why would she? It's terrible. Get over here. Okay. We're going to start off with point A, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's point A. So 90 degrees, put that A right there. Do you see that?
Mm-hmm.
90 degrees is going to be right there. Do you see that?
Mm-hmm.
But this length needs to be the same length as here. So we're going to put A right there. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
That'll be A prime. That's terrible. Hold on. What? Come on. Really? That's going to be A prime. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just doing A. Then we have point B right here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Line it up like this. 90 degrees is going to be right there. Do you see that?
Mm-hmm.
So the distance between the two should be exactly the same. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So here's point B. 90 will be right there somewhere. Right here. Right?
Mm-hmm.
let's see, B. So somewhere here. But the distance between A to B here is about 1.5 inches, right? So from here to here, you have to measure 1.5 inches. And stop right there. So that's going to be point B. Do you see that? Okay. Now I'm going to take a look at point C. Right there, okay? Put the dot right there. At 90 degrees, it's going to be right here. Correct? So I'm just going to put it up here somewhere. But it doesn't need to be that far. Do you see that? Okay. So right there. It's still going to be 1.5 inches, correct? So from here, I'm going to go 1.5 inches right here. C prime. Do you see that? So try to do that on yours as well. Okay. Now that P comma B is congruent with PC, P comma B. I don't know what the hell she's talking about. P B. Stop. No, I'm stop her. Later. Just put yes. Because point B is the focus point from which the figure ABC is rotating. Just write that. So what color is the fin? Yes, it's yellow. And what color the fin? You know what the fin is? Yes. Show the PAB. PA. PA. PB. You can say something that the triangle ABC is an equal, even though I don't know if this is true, but I'm just gonna like make it up like I do sound like I know what I'm talking about, you know what I mean? ABC is an equilateral triangle, which means, what does it mean? If I have an equilateral triangle, what do I know about the sides? AB is congruent to BC is congruent to AC, correct? Point P is the focus point. Okay? And you could say that and then talk about the inequality. The sum of two sides of a triangle is greater than what?
Greater than the third one.
So you're basically just rewriting the whole thing. You know what I mean? Because even with this, you can BS it and you can say something like, because you know this is A, B, C, and here's P, correct? You can say something like, using these words right there, PA plus PB is greater than PC. That's basically just the inequality, correct? And you can also put comma and go PA plus PC is greater than PB, right? And I think there's one more, isn't there? PAPC. PB plus PC is greater than PA. So even though I have no fucking clue what she wants, we still talked about it. You know what I mean? So at least it's still something, you know? because I really feel this worksheet is garbage. It's fucking garbage. I seriously used Glencoe like 20 years ago. And we didn't want to use it because it was garbage. But it's good to know that she's recycling this back 20 years later. Okay, move on to the next one. How does she expect you to do proofs? Does she ever even go over proofs? Where's her notebook? Let me see the notes. This is how you talk.
Yeah.
Does she have notes like last week?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Nobody told her.
Is a possible form of triangle with a given side? If not, explain why. 2, 3, and 4, correct? 2 plus 3 is greater than 4. Yeah? Is 5 greater than 4?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do that. You can say yes, because two sides, or you can say yes, the sum of the two sides is greater than the third side, correct? Yeah, so just write sum of two sides, put parenthesis, 2 plus 3 is greater than third side. And the third side is 4. And for the ones I put no, the reason no is because the sum of the two smaller sides, right? Because you have to use the two smaller sides. If you use the bigger side, then the bigger side plus one smaller side is never going to be bigger than the second smaller side, right? The sum of the two smaller sides is not greater than third side. Okay. All right, so then looking at this right there, okay? So first inequality we're going to assume is 5 plus x has to be bigger than 9, right? The bigger number here is 9, correct? Or bigger side is 9, right? When I solve for this, x is greater than 9 minus 5 is 4, correct?
Yes.
Right? So it has to be bigger than 4.
Yes.
Second one we're going to do is if we assume that 9 is one of the smaller sides, right? 5 plus 9 is greater than x, right? So then 14, x has to be smaller than 14, right? So then when I go ahead and write this together, you put the x right here. 4 is going to be right here. 14 is going to be on the right side. Look at the direction of where the inequality is. You see how this is eating the x? So it goes this way. Do you see how this is now eating the letter 14? So it goes this way. Okay. So you could say it's between, or you could say the third side, or the range. Let's just say range. Because it's asking for the range, correct? Find the range. So the range is between 4 feet and 14 feet. Does that make sense?
Do I have to go to school?
You do. You have about 2 minutes. So, all right, let's go on to number 11. Is it just odd we're doing?
Yes, just odd.
Okay, so let's go over the next one. You do that one too.
Myself.
So remember, x plus 8 is greater than 13. Second one is 8 plus 13 has to be greater than x. Then find the two ranges. So when you combine them all together, 5 goes on the left, 21 goes on the right. Should look like this. And you should just write range is between 5 meters and 21 meters. Okay, so then the next one that you do is 12 plus x has to be greater than 15. Second one is 12 plus 15 is greater than x. You stop.
What?
Combine it together. You have 3, 29. Range is between 3 yard and 29 yard.
Okay.
Stupid. For number 15, 17 plus x has to be greater than 28. And then 17 plus 28 is greater than x. X is greater than 11.
15 plus 12 is 27.
Which one?
15 plus 12 is 27.
Oh, that is 27. I think I just misread it. It's a 27
Oh.
here. So then when you put it together, it's going to be x greater than 11, but smaller than 45. So it is going to be between 11 centimeters and 45 centimeters. Okay. I don't know how she expected to do number 17 where she hasn't explained proofs yet. Proofs is not something you just teach overnight. It requires like time to develop that.
Like how much time?
Like lots of times.
Should I email her?
No.
Would we do it?
Yeah, we do.
Should I ask her about it tomorrow? Okay. Done.
Okay. 17. Read.
Proof. Given triangle ABC and triangles EDE. Proof AB plus BC plus CD plus D.
So given you have these two triangles, right? A plus B, so take your highlighter, AB plus BC plus CD plus DE is greater than A, right? Okay, so do you see how the green ones are the two sides of a triangle? Do you see how you have a orange triangle right here? And there's like a red triangle right here. Do you see that?
Mhm.
So if I were to write a triangle inequality theorem, right? About the orange triangle, I could say which two sides will be bigger? AB plus BC is greater than what?
Greater than AC.
Yeah, so now let's do the same thing with the red triangle. CD plus, write it down. DE is greater than.
Greater than CD.
Okay, well then, what if I decide to take the two here and add it together? And then I decide to take the two here and I add it together. So now let's see this. If I add the yellow part together, wouldn't that be AB plus BC plus CD plus DE is greater than AC plus CE. Isn't AC plus CE just going to be greater than AE? But do you see how you're going to be proving this step by step? Okay, step one. AB plus BC is greater than AC. And what is a reason for this part right here? What do you think your reason is going to be? What's a theorem?
The theorem is two of the strong.
No, it's just the reason is just a name. Triangle inequality theorem. That's it. Yeah.
What's the second one?
Well, what does the second statement say?
Oh, never mind.
Just now explain the theorem. The sum of two sides of a triangle is what? Greater than third side, right? That's your second one.
Oh, okay.
Okay. If the reason is segment addition postulate, what are we adding here so far? I think AC plus DE equals AE. Isn't that the segment addition postulate? Like one segment plus a second segment equals the third segment when you add it together, right? Okay, so that's three. Substitution. What are we substituting? Usually the last one it's always the last one here. The last one here has to be the proof. Does that make sense? So you just rewrite what you're trying to prove. AB plus BC plus CD plus DE is greater than AE. That is always the end or the last one. Does that make sense? That proof has to be the last one at the very end.
Okay. Am I done?
Does that make sense? Okay, that's it. That is it. When are you going to be finishing the other ones?
Seven.
The